A.C.B.A.
Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. Boog Nice coming at you with a quick update. Just wanted to tap in with you guys real quick. Been a couple of days since I put something up. First and foremost, please go back, check out last week's episode of the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast. Episode 191 is live for your listening and viewing pleasure. Again, we had David Volk Weiss and David Vonner on the show, talking RoboForce, talking the industry. It was a great chat. I also put up a quickie Doctor Strange review. Now that it's been a full week, we should be talking spoilers on this week's episode of the podcast. My review was a non-spoiler review. Not too many people really cared about that. Barely cracked 1,000 views, but it's here on the channel if you want to check it out. Also put up a quickie Mother's Day video. Finally got the opportunity to open up Quill, the vintage series Quill. I actually had swapped the cloak that came on the first version of Mando without the updated Beskar armor. I used that cloak just because I like the way it sits as opposed to the soft goods version we got with Mando that came with the Razor Crest in this setup here. And my little tiny Grogu here. I really like the way this shot came out with the backlit sunlight and sort of like the back portion of the Razor Crest and the top of the back of the Razor Crest kind of like opening up to the figures and pointing your eye towards the figures and the light right behind them. I like the way everything is lined up here. Been having a good time and feeling good about these shots with the Razor Crest, but not getting really a huge response on Instagram, but I'm very happy with this shot as well as this one here. I was able to open up the Mithril. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. You know, he was in the first episode. That was Mando's first bounty that we saw on screen. And I really like the way this came out. Everything is just in camera settings, little backlit. I actually only have like some icy parts that actually came with the Star Wars Black Series. I think it was a Kylo Ren figure that had these like little ice parts in there. I actually only have them at the very back of the table, and then some like white wave effects from Tamashi in the front. And then it's just the glass. I'm letting the glass do the rest basically. But, you know, from a warmer climate to a colder climate. And then real quick, I shot some test shots of sort of grassland area and Mando loading up some bounties here and really just having a good time with the 3/4 inch scale. And then I was going back and revisiting some shots on Instagram and posting up variants of shots that I shot last year, things that I never posted, some things that maybe I may have shown on the channel here and there. But this X-Men shot I originally had Cyclops masked up. You know, he was the focal point here. But one of my favorite X-Men shots. I want to redo this and get everybody in focus, even though, like I said, Cyclops was the focal point in the original shot. I had him masked up. I had a cutout at one point, but over the past couple of days, I posted the variant here with the unmasked head. Simple and clean, all about the positioning. So you could subtly see all the characters here. I like the way the light is coming through Iceman, the light behind, Magic, the flyers in the back, Storm and Magneto. This I love. A variant here with the Mezco Toyz Batman, their very first Mezco Toyz 112 collective figure. The little rats that came with Nosferatu. The original shot, I had 2 cutouts, I believe. This was the variant here with the multiple targets cut out. Just some jokes. I had shot a few different Wolverines kind of facing off with Hulk, I believe. This was one where I got the claws, the stock claws to look pretty decent. I got to shoot the newer Hulk with the Paul Harding head sculpt against Wolverine at some point. This was the vintage Wolverine. Mesco Punisher, you know, some simple white hots here. It's got the MAC-10, got the sniper rifle on the table. One of the crates from Terraformer there. I think that table came with Marvel Select figure. I don't know. Who was that had like some beakers and stuff? I forgot. But that led up to an older Punisher shot that I did in my little tenement diorama. The original shot was sort of like a bluish hue to make it look like the lights were kind of off in the apartment and the sunlight, the rising sun was shining on his face. That's just a external light outside of the diorama with a reddish light. Not actually red, but a hot light. It's not a white light. But this was the variant where it looks like the lights may be on in the apartment. Then I was back on my Mythic Legion's horse. I shot this shot last year with the Mezco Conan standing beside the horse. At that time, I never even had put him on a horse, but if you look, it looks like, the sunny day, well lit. I talk about this in main course, and yeah, main course is going to be coming at some point. Here's a mini main course episode, basically. But the most recent shot that I took looks like the sun is setting now, and he's up on the horse. He's got the cloak on. If you notice in the foreground, I don't think people really saw what was going on there. These are some little skull props that I got way back in the day from Mike Barrera. He's actually the guy that used to make the tendrils that we used to sell, and he did some bullshit and kind of like f***ed us over, and the customers over at some point. But despite all of that, he did great work. And yeah, that's what these skulls are here in the foreground. It's backlit to make it look like the sun is setting. Here's some B.T.S. here. I just got 2 lights on the backdrop. The really bright light shining in the lower left corner to make it look like the sun is setting, and then a few lights in the front. Really happy with this series. And then a solo 2020 retro superposable Spider-Man shot, ACBA on the water tower in the back. That's the Boundless Brooklyn water tower. I was talking old to the new. I got to unveil and review the Spider-Man and Spinneret 2-pack. Check that out. It's up on the channel. I've been saying this for a couple weeks now, but I do have another follow-up video with some more head swaps and different things there, so look out for that. It's coming. Ben Reilly Spider-Man versus Venom. I had originally posted this as the regular Spider-Man versus Lizard. Mafex Batman and Robin here, black and white. I shot this in color originally. Ultron, which I actually never really got to open up and do a real good photo shoot with Ultron. I had got this from Comic Customs, Joshua Booker. He pissed me off so bad with this figure because he sent it to me as a gift, as a hookup, so I could get the last part to build Ursa Major, and I was super grateful for that. But sometimes people send me stuff and it takes a very long time for me to get around to it. It's never a slight at you. I'm always grateful when people send me stuff that people send me. I do want to do videos thanking them and reviews and open up, and it's just shit happens. I don't know what happened, but he kept going on and on about this thing until we had like a little back and forth in Messenger. It's all good now, but sometimes people just be coming at me crazy, and I come at them crazy too. Fuck it. But it's all good. Again, this is just kind of like a laid back sort of main course style where I'm just being candid and talking my shit. So this figure came out super nice, and this is on my most recent diorama that I acquired from Lito Web, and then still on my robotic shit, the Bastion. Originally, I had a little boy on this behind the wall here on the foreground, hiding like he was a mutant or something like that. But I like Bastion's stride here through the post-apocalyptic New York City or something. I really like this shot. Sentinel stalking Wolverine and Cyclops. Originally, I had Wolverine running. I had posted this in a group, and quite a few people said they didn't like the running pose that I had for Wolverine originally. But I had taken these shots at the same time too. I had just never posted them. This is the kind of raw version of Deadpool and Hitmonkey with the Sentinel. Again, I have yet to open my other 2 out of the 3 that I got, and I really want to shoot all 3 together at some point and get them in their full glory. When I first got the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, I shot a bunch of different variations of this grouping, but I had never posted the one with the Asian agent kind of leading the meeting. I love the way all of these came out too. See Black Widow back there. MCU Big 3. I kind of hated this immediately after I took it, so I never posted it. This you guys have seen plenty of times, but the original post was just the bounty hunters without Darth Vader. But here's Darth Vader here playing. I love how Bosk looks. He's kind of like, okay. And yeah, back to Mando and the Mithril. Feeling good. It's going to be a good day. Today's my wonderful girlfriend Ashley's birthday, so happy birthday to her. We got quite a few things planned. Of course, champagne is always on deck. Going out to dinner later. But yeah, just want to touch base with you guys real quick. This is a little taste of a little appetizer here. Definitely want to work on a full main course. Next week, I should actually be hooking up with my man Ed to finally shoot the B-roll for the new intro. The intro has been recorded for quite some time. And I'm looking to get back in the studio actually in June with my brother to finish up an EP as well too. So I'm working. I'm feeling good. Hope you guys are feeling good. Talk to you guys again soon. All right. Thanks for hanging out. As always, rate, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell down there. And until next time, peace.
I caught lightning, suck it on the dial. F what you heard, let me tell you boys what I know. It's all facts, put displaying on the map. B, you better check my bio. No My Scully and my T got my logo, whole fit, master kicks, I'm organic with the promo.